Hi, my name is Jeff Gaisley and I'd like to welcome you to the video on EFT or Emotional Freedom Technique. Emotional Freedom Technique is one of the schools of energy psychology, which is a new, radical, revolutionary way of treating clients that greatly reduces both the pain of dealing with traumas and the treatment time. I think you'll find it amazing. Thank you. EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique, is the best known among the many offshoots of thought field therapy. Gary Craig is the originator of this energy psychology meridian therapy. He was one of the earliest students of Dr. Callahan, the originator of thought field therapy. Mr. Craig was an engineer by trade, later became a minister, and interestingly enough has no degree in the mental health field. There are certainly more similarities than differences between EFT and TFT. The main difference is that Gary Craig came to believe, correctly in my opinion, that the order of the specific tapping sequences for the algorithms was superfluous. This is in accord with the basic tenets of applied kinesiology and touch for health. In these disciplines, there are times when treating one acupuncture point might reestablish the balance in several meridians or conditions. But for almost all problems, the exact sequence of the treatment is irrelevant. Dr. Callahan still maintains that certain conditions, such as anxiety or addiction, always need stimulation of certain acupoints on certain specific meridians and in a particular order that does not vary. The other main difference between EFT and TFT is that Gary Craig streamlined his approach and essentially developed a one-size-fits-all system. He believes that if all 14 meridian points are stimulated, almost all problems, regardless of the type, would be resolved. For many issues, this has proved to be correct. This is because if every meridian is tapped or stimulated, the emotion or emotions associated with the affected meridian or meridians usually will be relieved. The problem has to be associated with one or more meridians. Therefore, if all are stimulated, the meridian that holds the dysfunction will have to be relieved as well. Luckily, no harm is encountered by stimulating a meridian that is already in balance. The basic protocol for EFT is very similar to TFT. The client is first asked to access a distressing feeling, thought, or situation. Then a SUDS, or subjective units of distress from 0 to 10, is obtained. At this stage of treatment, Emotional Freedom Technique diverges from thought field therapy. Craig always treats a global psychological reversal without ascertaining if one truly exists. Both a strength and a weakness of EFT and TFT is the lack of specific diagnosis via manual muscle testing, or MMT. Therefore, Emotional Freedom Technique is often prophylactic in nature, in that it treats virtually all possible areas of dysfunction with the assumption that the area of dysfunction will be corrected if it exists and that no harm will be caused if it is not. Applied kinesiology, upon which energy psychology is based, is a very safe technique, and there are very few points that can cause harm when stimulated.